Good day to everyone. This is High Five Consulting Group presenting the external analysis. In our previous video, we focused on FedEx internally. Today, we'll be taking a closer look at FedEx's two main competitors. DHL was founded in 1969, originally focusing on international document delivery. Today, it leads global express shipping, holding around 40% plus of the international express market. On the other hand, UPS was founded in 1907 as a small messenger service in the US and has grown into a logistics giant. It holds a major share in the US market with about 37% domestic per year revenue. This report presents a pastel analysis focused on why each external factor creates a threat or an opportunity specifically for FedEx, a company highly dependent on global trade, speed, and parcel volume. Starting with political factors, trade protectionism is a threat because tariffs reduce global trade. For FedEx, less trade means fewer international shipments, directly lowering revenue. US-China tensions are also a threat because sudden tariff changes create unstable demand, making planning difficult. The removal of the de minimis rule is another threat, since FedEx handles many small e-commerce parcels. When these are taxed, shipment volumes immediately drop. However, nearshoring is an opportunity because companies are moving production closer to markets, which increases demand for FedEx regional and domestic delivery services. Moving to economic factors. Slower global growth is a threat because FedEx relies on high shipping volume. If the economy slows, fewer goods are transported. Manufacturing decline and inventory reduction are also threats because they reduce both the number and frequency of shipments. Currency volatility is another threat, as it makes international shipping more expensive, discouraging customers. For social-cultural factors, e-commerce growth is a major opportunity because more online shopping means more parcel deliveries for FedEx. Social commerce is also an opportunity, creating frequent and urgent deliveries where FedEx can offer premium services. But high customer expectations are a threat. Free shipping lowers margins and high return rates increases costs. Next, technological factors. AI and automation are opportunities because they improve spread, reduce costs, and increase efficiency. Real-time tracking is also critical. It's no longer optional. FedEx must invest in it to stay competitive. However, cybersecurity is a threat because any system failure can disrupt global operations and damage trust. For legal factors, sustainability reporting is an opportunity since FedEx can use it to attract environmentally conscious clients. Carbon regulations are also an opportunity because although they increase cost, they reward companies that have already invested in sustainable operations. For FedEx, these allows it to turn compliance into a value-added service and gain an advantage over less paired competitors. Complex customs rules are also a threat, causing delays and higher compliance expenses. Finally, environmental factors. Decarbonization is an opportunity because FedEx early investments in green technology give it a competitive edge, but global disruptions and extreme weather are threats because they delay deliveries and increase costs. Overall, these factors matter to FedEx because they directly affect its shipment volume, operational costs, and service reliability. The company's success depends on its ability to manage threats while turning opportunities, especially in technology and sustainability, into competitive advantages. Moving on to Porter's 5 forces analysis of the global logistics industry where major players like FedEx, UPS, and DHL operate. Let's start with the threat of new entrants, which we evaluated as weak. Although the logistics market is large and growing, entering this industry requires massive capital investment in aircraft, infrastructure, and technology. Additionally, established firms already have global networks and strong brand trust, making it very difficult for new players to compete. Next is the threat of substitutes, which is moderate. Digital technologies like email and cloud storage have reduced the need for physical document delivery. However, there are no true substitutes for transporting physical goods, especially in industries like retail and manufacturing. This keeps demand strong despite digital disruption. For the bargaining power of suppliers, we assess it as generally weak but strong for specialists. While there are many suppliers for vehicles, packaging, and equipment, certain inputs like aircraft and skilled labor are limited and costly. This gives specialized suppliers more influence, but overall supplier power remains manageable. Moving on to the bargaining power of buyers, this is moderate. Customers can switch between providers easily due to low switching costs, especially for standard deliveries. However, the market is highly fragmented and many businesses depend heavily on reliable logistics services, which reduces their bargaining power. Lastly, We have rivalry among competitors, which is moderate to strong. Major firms compete aggressively on a global scale, supported by strong regional players. While growing demand helps reduce price wars, competition remains intense, especially in service quality and speed. Overall, the industry is moderately attractive. The weak threat of new entrants and manageable supplier power create stability, but strong competition and moderate buyer and substitute pressures limit profitability. Beyond industry structure, the analysis maps how FedEx, UPS, and DHL are positioned relative to one another using a strategic group map. The map compares firms based on speed and delivery and network control model. Speed reflects how much a company focuses on time-definite, urgent shipping, while a network control model shows how integrated and centralized their logistics systems are. FedEx is positioned high on both, emphasizing fast, express delivery supported by a strong air network. DHL is also high in speed but lower in network control model, reflecting its strength in international shipping and more flexible global structure. UPS, on the other hand, is strongest in the network control model, focusing on efficiency and reliability but places less emphasis on speed compared to the others. To stay competitive against UPS and DHL, FedEx must focus on several key success factors. First, a strong global delivery network is essential. This means having well-connected planes, trucks, and hubs to ensure packages can reach customers anywhere efficiently. Second, time-definite delivery reliability is critical. Customers don't just want fast shipping, they expect deliveries to arrive exactly on schedule, especially for business operations. Third, FedEx must maintain low cost and efficient operations. With high expenses like fuel and labor, the company needs to optimize routes and resources to stay profitable and competitive. Fourth, technology and automation are increasingly important. Real-time tracking, route optimization, and data systems help improve speed, accuracy, and decision-making. Finally, good customer service and problem handling are key. Delays and issues can happen, but how quickly and effectively FedEx resolve them determines customers' trust and loyalty. These factors define how well FedEx can compete in an increasingly demanding logistics industry. Let's move on to the financial rivalry analysis, starting with revenue. All three companies are operating at a similar global scale. FedEx peaked in 2022, then declined in 2023 and 2024 before stabilizing in 2025. UPS also declined after 2022, while DHL recovered more clearly in 2024 and 2025. The main point is that FedEx is not weak in revenue size, but revenue alone does not prove competitive strength. Operating profit gives a better view of core business strength. UPS had the highest operating profit across a period even though it declined after 2022. DHL declined after the logistics boom but recovered in 2025. FedEx remained lower and more volatile, which suggests that FedEx's challenge is not just generating revenue, but converting that revenue into operating profit. Net profit shows the final bottom line result. UPS still produced the highest net profit, but it dropped sharply after 2022. FedEx and DHL were much closer to each other, especially from 2023 to 2025. This tells us that all three companies faced pressure after the pandemic shipping boom, but UPS still remained the strongest profit generator overall. FedEx is the most concentrated, with most revenue coming from core package and express. UPS is also package heavy but has a larger international package share. DHL is more diversified with revenue spread across express, forwarding and freight, supply chain, and e-commerce or postal services. This means DHL's strength is diversification while FedEx's risk is dependence on one major revenue stream. UPS is the most labor-heavy with staff costs making up to the largest part of expenses. FedEx has a more balanced mix of labor, purchase transportation, and other operating costs. DHL has the highest transportation material expense, reflecting its forwarding model and reliance on purchase transport services. Overall, FedEx sits between UPS and DHL, but still carries a high operating cost burden. The horizontal analysis shows the 5-year growth trend. FedEx had only a positive revenue CAGR, but all three companies had negative operating profit and net income CAGRs. This means the issue in the industry is not only demand, but also protecting profitability as shipping volumes, costs, and customer mix change. Looking specifically at operating profit CAGR, UPS declined the most, showing that even the strongest rival is under pressure. DHL is also declined over the full period, but it recovered in 2025. FedEx had a less severe decline than UPS and DHL, but its profitability was still not fully stable. Net profit CAGR confirms that all three companies lost some bottom line strength after the logistics boom. UPS had the sharpest decline, DHL also declined but recovered in 2025, and FedEx had a smaller decline but still negative overall. This shows that no competitor fully maintained pandemic-era profitability. Vertical analysis compares each item as a percentage of revenue. The most important finding is that FedEx has the highest operating expense ratio every year. UPS has the lowest expense ratio, which means it converts revenue into profit more efficiently. DHL is in the middle and improved slightly in 2025. In terms of operating margin, UPS leads every year, which makes it the strongest profitability benchmark. DHL stays above FedEx and even improved in 2025. FedEx has the lowest operating margin, so its main external weakness is operating efficiency rather than revenue scale. For net margin, UPS still leads. Even though its margin declined after 2022, FedEx and DHL are closer to each other, with FedEx slightly ahead of DHL in 2024 and 2025. The finding is that FedEx is not far behind DHL on bottom line margin, but it is still well behind UPS. Logistics companies require expensive networks of aircraft, vehicles, hubs, technology, and facilities. UPS had the strongest asset turnover, meaning it generated more revenue per dollar of assets. DHL also stayed above FedEx. FedEx stayed close to 1 times, which means it produced about $1 of revenue for every dollar of assets. FedEx had the highest CapEx burden in most years, although it declined by 2025. This matters because FedEx is spending more heavily relative to revenue, while still trailing UPS in asset turnover. That suggests FedEx needs stronger returns from its network investments. The DuPont analysis explains why ROE differs. UPS has the highest ROE because it has the strongest net margin, the strongest asset turnover, and the highest equity multiplier. FedEx and DHL are close, but DHL slightly edges FedEx because it uses assets more efficiently. With daily volume as an industry-specific metric, UPS has the largest package scale, although its volume declined by 2025. FedEx is smaller than UPS but more stable from 2023 to 2025. DHL is much lower because it reports express items per day, not total package volume, so it should be treated as a proxy. The takeaway is that UPS leads in scale while DHL competes more through premium express specialization. Purchase transportation as a percentage of revenue shows reliance on outside transportation services. DHL is highest because its forwarding model depends heavily on purchase transport services. FedEx stays in the middle, around 24 to 26%, showing meaningful reliance on contractors and transportation partners. UPS is lowest and declining, suggesting less dependence on third-party transportation after network changes and the Kyoto divestiture. Overall, UPS leads in profitability and efficiency, while DHL has a stronger, diversified business mix. FedEx's main challenge is not just growing revenue, but improving cost efficiency, network utilization, and profit conversion. Moving forward to value chain analysis. Customers book shipments through their platforms, MyDHL Plus, FedEx website or UPS website, and the mobile app. Then the company either picks up the package or the customer drops it off. DHL uses major global hubs in Hong Kong, Germany, and the US to sort and route packages. FedEx relies on its World Hub and other regional centers across the US, Asia, and Europe. UPS uses World Port as its primary hub along with regional hubs worldwide. These hubs uses automation, barcode scanning, and AI systems to sort shipments based on destination and priority. DHL offers time-definite international services, typically delivering within 1 to 3 business days globally. UPS provides options like UPS Ground, which usually takes 1 to 5 days, and UPS Air services for faster delivery, including next-day options. Meanwhile, FedEx doesn't have outbound logistics since they do not offer door-to-door delivery. DHL focuses on high-visibility sponsorships such as Formula One and football partnerships. This helps strengthen its global brand and reinforces its image as an international logistics leader. FedEx highlights its role in delivering success, especially through partnerships like the UEFA Championships League. This positions FedEx as a reliable logistics partner that supports major global events. UPS markets itself as a technology-first logistics company meaning it relies heavily on data and advanced systems to improve efficiency. UPS also focuses strongly on healthcare logistics with specialized systems for handling sensitive shipments like vaccines and medical equipment that require temperature control and precise timing. DHL uses My DHL Plus to manage returns, tracking, and proof of delivery. Customers can easily schedule pickups or drop-off returns. FedEx and UPS follows a similar process, using FedEx Global Returns and UPS My Choice respectively. For DHL, the company continuously invests in facilities, aircraft delivery fleets, and IT systems. This means they are constantly upgrading their physical and digital infrastructure to support global operations. FedEx focuses on integration through the One FedEx system. This unifies different business units into one network, reducing duplication and improving coordination. UPS uses a single network system where the same driver can handle both express and ground deliveries. This reduces cost and improves efficiency because fewer resources are needed for the same workload. DHL has around 600,000 employees and emphasizes recruiting, training, and retaining talent across its global operations. FedEx has about 510,000 employees and focuses on developing its workforce by transitioning frontline workers into managerial roles. This helps build internal leadership and career growth. UPS has around 500,000 employees and follows a promote from within culture, meaning many managers and executives started in entry-level roles. DHL focuses on AI, robotics, and the IoT. They also emphasize end-to-end visibility, meaning customers and managers can track shipments at every stage from pickup to delivery. FedEx uses platforms like FedEx DataWorks, which analyzes large amounts of shipping data to improve decision-making. They also invest in electric vehicles charging stations to improve sustainability. UPS focuses heavily on optimization technologies. For example, Orion is a route optimization system that finds the most efficient delivery routes. Edge helps manage package flow across the network in real time. RFID uses small tracking tags to automatically monitor packages without manual scanning. DHL emphasizes sustainable procurement by choosing suppliers that follow environmental and ethical standards. FedEx ensures that its suppliers comply with strict standards, including human rights commitments to maintain responsible operations. UPS integrates sustainability into procurement decisions by prioritizing fuel-efficient vehicles, green technologies, and environmentally responsible suppliers. DHL Strategy 2030 focuses on sustainable growth. This includes reducing emissions, increasing the use of electric vehicles, and investing in sustainable aviation fuel. FedEx is nearing the end of its One FedEx consolidation strategy, which aims to integrate its service into one unified network to reduce costs and improve efficiency. UPS follows a better not bigger strategy, which means it is moving away from relying heavily on high-volume, low-margin clients like Amazon. Amazon ships a massive number of packages, but these shipments often generate lower profit per package because of pricing pressure and scale. So instead of focusing on volume from companies like Amazon, UPS is prioritizing higher margin customers such as healthcare, specialized logistics, and business-to-business services where they can earn more profit per shipment. This section presents a VRIO analysis explaining how key resources of FedEx, DHL, and UPS lead to either competitive parity, temporary advantage, or sustained competitive advantage. Starting with FedEx, its strongest advantages come from its global air transportation network and integrated hub system. These resources are highly valuable as they enable fast and reliable international delivery. They are also relatively rare because only a few global players operate at similar scale and coverage. More importantly, they are costly to imitate, since building a comparable air fleet and logistics network requires decades of investment, regulatory approval, and infrastructure development. FedEx is also well organized to fully utilize these assets through its integrated global operations. As a result, these physical logistics assets represent a sustained competitive advantage. In contrast, FedEx digital technologies such as AI-driven logistics systems and its FDX platform provide a temporary competitive advantage. While these tools improve efficiency, tracking, and customer experience, they are not fully unique in the industry. Competitors like UPS and DHL are also investing heavily in similar technologies, making them difficult to sustain as long-term exclusive advantages. Most other capabilities, including ground transportation fleets, reverse logistics services, human capital, and procurement systems, fall under competitive parity. These resources are valuable and necessary for operations, but they are widely available across major logistic firms and therefore do not create strong differentiation. Moving to DHL. Its global network coverage and European air hub in Leipzig represent sustained competitive advantages. These are valuable due to their efficiency, rare due to their scale and integration, and costly to replicate because of long-term infrastructure and regulatory requirements. DHL's automation and robotics integration are also strengthens operational efficiency, contributing to long-term competitiveness. However, its branding partnerships and digital platforms generally provide only temporary advantage or parity, as competitors also replicate similar marketing and digital service strategies over time. For UPS, its most important sustained advantage is the World Port Hub, one of the largest automated sorting facilities in the world. It is valuable, difficult to replicate, and deeply embedded in UPS operations, making it a strong long-term competitive asset. UPS also benefits from its Orion route optimization system, which improves delivery efficiency using advanced data analytics and proprietary algorithms. Because this system is built on long-term operational data, it is difficult for competitors to replicate at the same level, contributing to sustained advantage. Additionally, UPS custom brokerage and pre-clearance capabilities strengthen its global logistics efficiency and support international operations. However, its reverse logistics services and digital platforms are considered competitive parity, as similar offerings exist across FedEx and DHL. In conclusion, sustained competitive advantage in the logistics industry mainly comes from large-scale infrastructure and proprietary systems built over time, while technology, services, and digital platforms tend to create only temporary advantage or parity due to fast industry intention. DHL owns the world's largest international express network, controlling over 43% of the cross-border market with boots on the ground in 220-plus countries. Through the One FedEx integration, FedEx will be able to fully unlock billions in efficiency, allowing them to lower prices for customers. UPS leads the industry in high-margin logistics by using advanced AI and RFID sensing to manage highly sensitive pharmaceutical and medical supply chains. Their better, not bigger strategy uses precision technology like Orion to squeeze maximum profit out of every mile, making them the most data-efficient and reliable choice for complex shipments. Once again, we are High Five Consulting Group. Thank you.